Instagram. This is so weird. I feel like a player playing both Facebook and Instagram at the same time. It's funny, I just got a notification that PYC is live on Instagram and it's me. Okay, hi. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I only have about 60 minutes here on Instagram, so I'm going to get started soon. My name's Nicole Duff. I'm a teacher at Power Yoga Canada Oakville, and I teach a lot of the inversion workshops, acro yoga workshops, and I sub classes there here and there. I'm currently in Montreal at the moment, so I'll be teaching from my place here, and I'm super excited to practice with you. I do have a playlist for this class, so if you want to head over to my Instagram page, Duff Yoga, D-U-F-F Yoga. I have it in my stories and it's a Spotify playlist. I have it posted here on Facebook too if you need that. Okay, everyone can hear me? Give me a thumbs up. We're all good? Just give it a couple more minutes. It's funny how, yeah? Okay, beautiful, amazing. We're gonna get started. Okay, and that's, you can see me, beautiful. All right, cool. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here. All right, we'll start today in Supta Baddha Konasana. So I'm gonna get everyone to start on your backs. Lie down, bring the soles of your feet to touch. Open your knees wide like a book. Bring your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your belly, and close your eyes. And stay here for a moment. I'm just gonna make sure everything's running well. Technology's not my greatest strong suit. Okay, and once you're there on the mat, right, really take a moment to arrive into your body, to arrive into your room. Notice where your breath is in your body, whether that be in your chest or in your belly and your shoulders. Right, and drop anything that you came into this room with today. Right, anything that happened before this class, whatever you have going on after, I really invite you to drop into observation of how those thoughts, that inner dialogue, create sensation within your body and where you feel that. And just taking note, right, acknowledging where you feel any sensation, any sense of nervousness. I know I feel that. Right, and then I invite you to use your breath to slow down and to become present. And I'll do this with you. So we take a slow inhale through your nose, fill up your lungs, and then open your mouth, sigh like you're fogging a window, warm breath out. Do that again, breathe in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. One more like that, fill up, inhale. Open your mouth, let it go, soften, sink down into the mat. And then on your next inhale, lift your feet off the ground. Take a happy baby pose, catch the outside edges of both your feet. And draw your knees down in towards your armpits. Make sure your tailbone is nice and grounded. And then gently rock yourself side by side, beginning to open up through your hips, massaging your lower back onto the ground. And then when you're ready, gently release the grip of your feet. Grab the backs of your knees with both of your hands, and then rock yourself up and down your mat. Do this a couple of times to get a little bit of momentum. And about on your third rock, I'm going to get you to come up to Navasana, boat pose. Lifting your feet off the ground, you can point your feet, spread your toes, but active in your legs. Lift your chest up, and drishti gaze focused at one point. As you inhale, low bow, look towards your toes. As you exhale, lift up. And pull your belly button in and up towards your spine. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, lift up. I know we're starting with core. We're going to get it out of our way right now. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale out. We're going to do 3 more. In. Exhale. We're thinking about more quality movement than quantity. Exhale out. Last one. I can't really count. I don't know if that's 3. Exhale, hold. Hold you for a breath. As you exhale, cross your ankles, plant your hands at the top of your mat, and come back into a tabletop position, your hands and knees. And take a moment just to intuitively drop your belly down, arch your back, take a couple of cat and cows, right? Do whatever you really need here. You can draw your head towards your hips, wiggle it out side by side. You can do circles, or let this be what you need today. I mentioned this earlier, but I'm a huge fan of handstands and inversions. So we're gonna start to warm up our wrists a little bit for going upside down, just to give the opportunity to. You don't have to. So you're gonna get you to lift the heel of your hand off the ground. Maybe you'll get some cracks in your fingers, and then exhale, bringing that back down. Right. Inhale, lift it off. Exhale out. Couple more like that. Exhale. In. Exhale. Last one. Exhale out. And then keep the palm of your hand flat. You're going to circle out your wrist. Allow your shoulder to slightly come past your wrist, bringing the weight into the four corners of both your hands. And one more circle this direction. Come all the way back to center, and we'll take the other side. Right, circling counterclockwise. With your breath, right? Marrying your breath with your movement throughout this whole practice. And then gently walk your fingertips towards your knees, opening up through the backs of your forearms and then your wrists, and then draw your tailbone down towards your heels as much as you can, right? If you can't bring your fingers all the way back, you can have your fingers slightly towards the side, that's all right. And then lean back and forward. I'm already getting warm. I turned the heat up fully in my room, so it's like a hot yoga studio. I'm missing the heat. And then peel your hand off the ground. Tops of the hands down. We'll take a counter stretch. Press down with your hands, elbows nice and straight. And then draw your tailbone down here. Good. Peel your hand off the ground. You can shake your wrists out. Take a minute. Get comfy. Downward facing dog. Press into your hands, hips up and back. Take a moment to walk your dog out. Pedal out your knees left and right. Press down into your 10 knuckles of your hands. As you send your hips up and back, have a slight little micro bend into your knees. Good. Couple breaths here, beginning to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So the inhale through your nose. The exhale out through your nose, constricting from the back of your throat, making your breath audible. So you can hear your own breath. Inhale. Exhale out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Last one in. Empty out fully. Look in between your hands. Walk your feet to the top. Separate your feet hip width distance. Catch opposite elbows with your hands. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head out, yes. And nose sway side by side. And bend your knees a lot here. Right? Bringing water, bringing some softness into your joints. Imagine there's something pouring over your back. Right? You're letting that go, letting it fall to the ground. And when you're ready, gently release the grip of your elbows, heel toe your feet to touch. With a nice deep bend into your knees, one vertebra at a time, roll your spine all the way up to standing as slow as you possibly can. Let your head come up last. And we'll be standing nice and tall. Right here at the front of the mat. And feel the weight of your feet pressing down into the ground. Allowing you to lengthen and expand out through your torso, through the crown of your head. Right, and then inhale, open your arms up by your sides like a T. Lift your heart up. Take a little bit of a back bend. As you exhale, wrap your left arm on top of your right. Round your back. Give yourself a hug. Right, and then do that again. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, right arm on top of the left. Give yourself a hug. And for me, I'm missing like that physical touch in our regular life that we used to have. Right, and give yourself a hug. And I find it so important. Lifting your heart up, do another hug with your breath. Right, to have touch, to give yourself that love that you're maybe used to having at the studio or with friends. Right, and then drop it down, let it hang. We'll start with a Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutations A. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, bow. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, high to low plank, chaturanga. Shift forward onto the tips of your toes, lower halfway. Upward facing dog, shoulder blades back. Downward facing dog, exhale out. 3 breaths in. Exhale. Fill up your lungs. Empty them out. 1 more breath in and out. Look where you're going, walk or maybe hop forward. Lift halfway, lengthen out of your side body. Exhale, bow. Press into your feet, extended mountain, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, bow over your legs, let your head hang. Halfway lift, breathe in. Walk or hop back, chaturanga dandasana, lower just halfway. Always option to drop the knees if you need to. Upward facing, lift your heart. Downward facing dog, exhale out, hips up and back. Couple breaths here in down dog. Just gonna move this Facebook. Exhale. Breathe in, fill up. Breathe out. 1 more inhale. Exhale out fully. Look where you're going, walk or maybe hops to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, fill up. Bow, exhale. Press into your feet. Extended mountain, look up, reach up. Hands through heart center, hinge forward. Lift halfway, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out, walk, hop, step. Upward facing, lift up. Downward facing, exhale. 3 intentional breaths here. In through your nose. Exhale, soften somewhere. Right, in your down dog, check that your heels are directly behind your feet. So you actually can't see your heels. Right, your toes are pointing at 12 o'clock. 1 more breath, fill up. Exhale out. Lift your heels. Bend your knees wide, eyes forward. Hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift in. Bow, exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend your knees. Imagine you're taking a seat on a chair. And it's not as easy as that, but you can always imagine. And send your weight back into your heels. So you're nice and light into your toes. Have a slight tuck of the tailbone underneath you. Pull your belly button in and up. Breathe in here. Exhale, sit your hips a little bit lower. Spread your fingers, wake them up in. Exhale out. Last breath, fill up. Exhale, Uttanasana, bow. Lift halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale, walk, hop back. Upward facing, fill up. Downward facing, exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, right knee in towards the nose. Really nice and lightly drop your right foot forward. Pivot your left heel down and then rise up for warrior 1. Exhale. Thinking about squaring your hips off, sending the right hip back, the left hip forward. And then eyes focused to 1 point. 2 more breaths. Exhale. Last breath in. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga. Option to maybe hover the right leg as you lower. Upward facing, lift your heart. Downward facing, hips up and back. Left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, left knee to nose. Nice and lightly drop your left foot in between your hands. Pivot your right heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, land. Right, ground down into the outside edge of your right foot. Exhale. 1 more breath in. Chaturanga, exhale. Option to hover the left leg. Lift the heart, breathe in. Downward facing, empty out. 3 breaths in. Exhale. Fill up. Exhale out. Last breath. Empty. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees wide, eyes forward, walk or hop forward, maybe hover if you can, play around with it. Halfway lift in. Bow, exhale. 1 breath, Utkatasana in. Uttanasana, bow. Halfway in. Walk, hips, hop, step, chaturanga. Heart up, upward facing. Dump it out, downward facing. Right foot forward, warrior 1. 1 breath, inhale as you rise up. Exhale, pour it down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward, warrior one, root down, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, flow down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing. 3 breaths here at your downward facing dog. Exhale out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hi Marianne. Hi Natalie. Hi Michael. It's nice to see your names here. 1 more breath. Empty out fully. I'm going to get you to walk your feet about like a half a foot up your mat. Bring your feet together. Lift your heels up high. Bend your knees wide and send your bum down toward your heels like you're an animal about to like pounce on something when you're hunting. Keep your eyes forward and then click your heels up to your bum. Land wherever you are. Commit to it. Inhale halfway. Bow, exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. Stay here. Exhale. Lift your heels off the mat. Come onto your toes. Inhale. Exhale, keep your heels off the ground. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Eyes forward. Play around here with your Bakasana crow pose. Bring your elbows hugging in, so your knees hugging in towards your upper arm bones. Right, eyes forward. Maybe lift one toe. Maybe lift another. Keep thinking about eyes forward. Once you're there, maybe lift your heels up. Right? If you fall out, you fall out. That's okay. Walk, hop, step. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Right? If you fell, don't worry about it. Recommit. It's not about if you fell, but how quickly you get yourself back in. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. And then sweep your right foot forward. Warrior one. Root down. Inhale, rise up. Open up, warrior two. Flip the palms of your hands. Dance it back. Right arm over your right ear. Back to the warrior two. 1 more in. Exhale, warrior two. Bring your weight forward into your right foot. Drop your right hand onto the outside of your right foot. Half moon. See if you can lift your left toes off the ground. Whew, it's hard to teach and move at the same time. Kudos to all you teachers out there. A couple more breaths here. Eyes focused onto the ground. If that helps you find stability, maybe play around with looking up towards your left thumb. Inhale. Exhale out. Right, let it be messy. If you fall, you fall. Let it go. Let it go and move on. And then exhale, hands down, front to the mat. Take a standing splits. So your left hip is going to be squared off with your right. Eyes forward at first. Both hands down onto the ground. If you need, you can always bring your hands onto blocks or a water bottle or books, whatever you have around you to bring the ground up towards you. And then exhale, bow in towards your right leg, hinging from your hips. Right, don't worry about getting your left leg up super high at first. I want to think about squaring the hips off, both hips parallel to the front of the mat. And then let your head hang heavy. Option to stay here in the standing splits, or option to maybe play around with a handstand prep. Hands underneath your shoulders, squeeze your elbows in together. If you have a wall, you can always use a wall to help support you. And the top leg will be really nice and straight. And you kick the bottom knee in towards your chest. Right, do that again. Kick the bottom knee. If you fall, let it go. I always have one side that's better than the other. Right, that's okay. Right, hold here maybe. If you're not fall, that's okay. Let it go. Try it out. And then hands down. Chaturanga, flow through. Upward facing. Downward facing. Exhale. In through your nose. Open your mouth, dump it out. Moving on, left foot forward. Warrior one, inhale, rise up. Open up, warrior two. Flip the palms of your hands, reach back, dance it back. Warrior two. Inhale, flip, reverse. Back to the warrior two. Weight forward into your left foot, drop your left hand down. Half moon on this side here. Right, really grounding down into your left big toe mound. Light into your into your left fingertips. Strong in your right toes. 2 more breaths in and out. Inhale. Exhale out. Next breath, hands either side of your left foot, standing splits. Frame your left foot with your hands. Option for the block if you need it. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinging from your hips, fold over your left leg. Option to stay in your standing splits, or maybe take on your handstand hops here. Press down firmly into both of your hands. Spread your fingers, round the upper back first, as you keep your, don't fall, fall. So you keep your top leg nice and strong. Hug the bottom knee into your chest. Or try a couple of hops. Use your wall if you have it. Couple more. Or even if you're here and you're thudding, that's okay. Doesn't matter. And how you get a handstand is just practicing over and over. Try one more time. And then walk back, hop back, chaturanga. Flow through. Upward facing in. Downward facing, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Big toes touch, back of your mat. Lift your right leg up, breathe in. Open your hip, bend your knee, look underneath your armpit. Option to stay right here, or option to flip your dog on over. Drop your right foot behind you. Pivot both your feet towards the back of the mat. Press down firmly, equally in between both feet. Open up through your chest. Let your head hang. Couple more breaths in and out. I look weird upside down. Breathe in. Exhale out. Last breath in. Exhale. Flip over. High plank. Side plank on the right. Right hand down. Pivot onto the outside edge of your right foot. Left arm up. Always an option to modify. You can bring your right knee down or come onto your right forearm if your wrist hurts at all. Right, and wherever we are, we'll lift our left leg off of the right. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the left knee. Drop your left foot down for wild thing. So your left foot is going to be about in the middle of the mat, left knee bent, right leg straight. And it's a heart opening posture. You're opening up through your chest, squeezing your shoulders onto your back. One last breath. Exhale, high plank. Shift forward. Chaturanga, maybe keep that left leg off the ground. Lift your chest. Downward facing, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Lift your right leg up towards the sky again. Exhale, right knee in towards your nose, and really nice and lightly drop your right foot in between your hands. Rise up to stand, crescent lunge. In your crescent lunge, I want you to think about stacking your right knee right on top of your right ankle. And then your left heel will be onto the ball of your right foot. Right, hugging skin to muscle bone into your back leg. And even though your thighs might not be touching, you think about squeezing your thighs in towards center. And soften your breath, soften your shoulders. One more in. Hands to heart, hinge forward. Twist to the right. Hook your left elbow into the outside of your right thigh. And as you inhale, you lengthen out from the base of your spine through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you draw your navel towards your spine and you twist a little bit deeper. So you can get your left eyes to look over your right shoulder. 2 more breaths in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last breath. As you exhale, look down towards your right foot. Bring your weight into your right foot. Walk your left foot to meet your right. Twisting chair pose. Checking that your left knee doesn't come in front of your right. Or you're twisting from your center, from your core, from your spine. Option to stay here, into your twist here. Maybe you open your arms up like wings. Maybe you play around with your crow pose. What's great about home practices is that there's no one you're going to kick into the face. So if you fall, you fall. In your crow pose, stack your elbows like you're in chaturanga arms. And you're going to keep your eyes forward, shifting your weight into your hands. Maybe you straighten your legs. Play around with it. You fall, whatever. So what? Let it go. Come back to the center, top of the mat when you're ready. Separate your feet hip width distance apart. Shake your head out, yes. Shake it out now. Catch your big toes with your peace fingers. Pointer finger and middle finger. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, bow. Pull your chest down and towards your thighs. Keep a nice bend into your knees. Soften your jaw, soften your lips. Whenever you feel that you're clenching your jaw, you can always bring your tongue to behind your two front teeth. This will naturally let your jaw soften and not be so clenched and stressed. And I'm going to get you to wiggle, release the grip of your left foot. Bring your left foot in between your mat, and then you're going to keep that grip of your right foot into your right hand. See if you can come up to stand with your right foot into your hand. Right, if you can't, grab your right knee, the outside of the right shin with the knee, and you can come up with a bent knee as well. It's always an option. Once you're there, pour your weight down into your left foot. Eyes focused at one point in front of you. Nice, soft, risky. Exhale. Right, if your leg is straight, have it straight out in front of you. Breathe in. Exhale out. One more in. Exhale, open your leg out towards the side. Open your arm out towards the side. Look towards your left thumb. Breath in here. Exhale, draw everything back to center. Either catch the outside of your left foot with your right foot with your left hand, or your right knee with your left hand. And you're going to take a twisting standing leg raise here. So press into your foot. Maybe look back. You're still squeezing everything towards center. Right? You might be here with your knee. That's okay. Couple more breaths. Exhale. I know it's a lot in that one leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Exhale, everything back to center. Don't let your right foot touch the ground just yet. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Airplane pose. Push your right foot to the back. I don't know my left and right today. That's all right. Yeah, and then focus your eyes on one point. Soften your shoulders. And then turn up your breath here. Make your breath louder than your thoughts. Right? Inhale through your nose. Exhale out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Exhale out. On your next inhale, I'm going to get you to kick your right leg out towards the side. Have a nice deep bend to the left knee as you swing this right leg out in front of you and you come back up to that standing leg raise. Right? Then bring your right foot onto the inside of your left thigh. Tree pose. Press your foot into your leg. Leg into your foot. Everything comes back to center. Right? Notice if you're not listening and you came out of autopilot, it might be something different, something they're not used to. And notice that feeling that comes up when it's something different. That feeling that comes up when maybe it's a different teacher, when it's uncomfortable, you're not familiar with. Right? And acknowledge yourself for showing up and trying something maybe that you're not used to today. And see what's possible, what space is available there. Two more breaths. Last breath. And release. Feet together, top of the mat. Reach up, extended mountain. Look up. Bow, exhale. Halfway lift in. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing in. Downward facing out. Inhale. Lift your left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, open your left hip. Bend your left knee, look underneath your armpit. Option to stay right here, or option to flip your dog leg over. Nice and slow, bring your foot to the ground, not the ground to the foot. Right, with strength and grace, press into your feet, lift your hips, open up through your heart. Two more breaths in. Exhale out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alive. We're going to do one more breath in. Exhale. Flip over. High plank. All the way to side plank on the left. Left hand down. Right arm up. Stack your right foot on top of your left. Option to drop the bottom knee down if you need to, or come onto your form. Right, you're going to set up for a wild thing. Inhale. Lift your right leg off of the left. Exhale. Bend the right knee. Drop the ball of the right foot down in the middle of the mat. Press into your feet. Lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes to support your pelvis. Drop your head back. Couple more breaths in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. High to low plank. Chaturanga. Maybe hover the right leg as you lower. Lift your heart up. In. Exhale. Downward facing. Feet together. Back to the mat. Lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee in towards your nose, nice and slow. Drop your left foot in between your hands. Crescent lunge. Land here into your feet, working from the ground up. And then where can you soften? Whether that be a physical muscle in your body, or softening your shoulders down your back, softening your jaw, or whether that be a thought, an expectation, a judgment of yourself, or of anything really, can you notice that and let that go here? Make your breath louder than your thoughts. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hinge forward, twist to the left. Hook your right elbow onto the outside of your left thigh. Right, inhale, lengthen. Imagine like someone's pulling your ponytail to the front of the room. And then as you exhale, you twist both your rib cages all the way up towards the sky. Right, inhale, lengthen. Exhale out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. As you exhale, look down towards your left foot. Walk your right foot in to meet your left. You're still in the twist, but just in a twisting chair pose. Check in your right knee doesn't come in front of your left. Weight back into your heels, lighten your toes. Right, option to stay here in this twist. Option to open your arms up by your sides like wings. Maybe take on a side crawl. This is my bad side. But even that, like notice when you tell yourself this is your bad side and then try it anyway. Let yourself fall. Maybe it's not. Okay, work. Right, if you fall out, do it again. Try it a couple more times. Okay, if you're in your twist, stay where you are. You're doing great. Breathe in. Exhale. And then come all the way back to center. Separate your feet hip width distance apart. Take Pada Hastasana. Bring the palms of your hands underneath your toes. Toes right up towards your wrist crease. As much as you can. If you need to bend your knees to go there, that's perfectly okay. And then let your head hang really heavy. Press your toes into your wrist to give your wrists a little bit of a massage. You can lift one heel off the ground. Lift another. See what that feels like. And soften your jaw. And one more in. And out. And then gently release your hands from underneath your feet. Wiggle your right foot just like a little bit so it's right in the middle of your mat. You're going to catch your left big toe mat with your peace fingers. Have a nice bend into your right knee. Keep looking forward. Press your left leg into your hand so you rise up to stand for that standing leg raise. Option again, if you want, you can always catch the outside of your left shin with your knee. Once you're there, slightly tuck your tailbone under. Lift up through the crown of your head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. Exhale, open your left leg up towards the side. Open your arm out towards the other side. Look towards your right thumb. Big breath in here. Exhale, draw everything back to center. Maybe catch the outside of your left foot with your right hand. Reach back with your left arm. Or maybe catch the outside of your left shin with your right hand. And keep reaching back with your left arm. If you have your hand to your foot, it doesn't really matter. There's nothing more special with your leg straight. It's just different. And I want you to think about actively pulling your left knee over towards the side as you twist and peel your chest open towards the other side. Right, twisting from your spine. Couple more breaths. Exhale out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Exhale, everything back to center. Hands at Anjali Mudra. Straighten your left leg in front of you. Breathe in. Exhale, like you're moving through honey. Sweep your left leg to the back. Airplane pose. Or you can keep your hands at heart, or if you want, you can open them by your sides, whatever feels comfortable. Thinking about drawing your right Not your right, your left pinky toe down towards the ground. Spread them apart wide, like you have those weird nail foam things in between your toes that feel super awkward and uncomfortable. And we're gonna have that through our whole practice. A couple more in. On your next exhale, I'm gonna have you have a nice deep bend into your bottom leg and then kick your left leg out towards the front until you get all the way back up to standing. If you fell, let it go. Doesn't matter. Tree pose. Press your left foot onto the inside of your right thigh. Hands to heart. Recommit to your breath if you've lost it. Imagine your toes are like the roots of trees gripping down into the earth, right? Allowing you to expand out through your branches, right? Your arms and your fingers being the branches, allowing you to blossom, right? Take on whatever variation you'd like here. You can lift your heart up, or you can cactus your arms open, whatever you like. Let this be your practice. There's no one's looking. Right? Dropping judgment. Let it be weird. Let it be messy. You can open your arm up to one side or the other. Get creative. A couple more in and out. Breathe in and out. The last one. And release. Feet together, top of the mat, Tadasana. Separate your feet hip width distance apart. Ground down firmly into both your feet and focus your eyes at one point. Right, you can stay here with your eyes open or you can have your eyes closed. Palms face forward. Take a moment of stillness. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, bow. Halfway lifted. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, peel your heart open. Downward facing, exhale out. Right leg up, in. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Open up, warrior two, out. Flip the palms of your hands. Straighten your leg and then reach back with your right arm with your straight leg. So it's like a dancing triangle. One more breath here. Exhale, back up to stand. Both legs straight. Reach forward with your torso. Trikonasana, right hand onto the outside of your right foot. Look up to your left thumb. Always an option to bring a block underneath your right hand to help bring the ground up towards you, allowing you to create more space. Think about drawing your right bum cheek slightly underneath you as you lift your two hip points up towards the side. Two more. Exhale. One last breath. As you exhale, allow your left hand to bring you all the way up to stand. Bring your toes facing towards the side, so you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Hands onto your hips, puff your chest out, breathe in. Exhale, hinging from your hips, bow over your legs, let your head hang. Drop your head, drop your arms. You can take more of a passive forward fold where you have your arms draped by the side or in front of you or through your legs. If you want something a bit more active, catch your big toes with your peace fingers, pull yourself in, whatever you need. If you have an inversion in your practice, if you've been to my workshop before, I'm calling you out. This is your time. Right, if you have a wall, you can try it out. Maybe have a headstand. Right, make sure you're right onto the center of your head. Press all the way up. Or even if it's one toe off the ground, do what you gotta do. Play upside down. Wherever you are, take a couple more breaths. Exhale, slowly come down if you're in your inversion. Hands back up onto your hips, lift halfway. Exhale, wiggle your left toes towards the back of your mat. Take Skandasana. You're gonna bend your left knee, have your right leg straight, come onto your right heel. Spread your right toes towards your face. Right, hands to heart center. If you need, you can always bring your hands onto the ground or onto the block to help bring the ground up to you. If it's along your hips at first. One more breath here. Exhale, press into your feet. Straighten both your legs. And then bend your right knee. Straighten your left leg. Skandasana on this side. Hands to heart center. Lift the heart up. Right, breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Hands to front of the mat. Wiggle your right foot to the side. Walk your left foot in halfway. You're setting up for your pyramid pose. Feet about hip width distance apart. Square your hips off. Lift your chest in. Bow. Exhale. Keep thinking about pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, sending your breath into your right hamstring. Turn up your breath in and out. One more. Exhale out. Hands down, chaturanga. Flow through high to low plank, upward facing in, downward facing out. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to nose, plant the left foot forward, pivot the right heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your left leg, flip the palms of your hands, and you're gonna take a dancing triangle, right? Reaching back with your left arm, bicep over your ear. Exhale all the way back to that straight-legged, like warrior two kind of thing, and then you reach forward with your left hand onto the outside of your left foot or block. Reach your right arm up. Utthita Trikonasana. Ground down into the outside edges of both of your feet. Exhale. And sending your breath into your right side body in. Exhale out. One more, breathe in. Exhale, allow your right hand to bring it all the way up to stand. Wiggle your feet in slightly. You're going to have your heels in and your toes out. And you're going to bend your knees so you're in a goddess pose. I'm just going to show you this way so you don't get like my full booty. And you're going to have your ankles stacked right about underneath your knees. And you're sinking your hips down. Hands onto your hips, thumbs onto the insides of your thighs. Take a moment here just to sink into your hips. Breathe in. As you exhale, drop your right shoulder down as you look over your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left shoulder down, look over the right. Inhale, back to center. Drop the right shoulder, look over the left. Last one, in. Left shoulder down, look over the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms up. You're here. Hands onto the hips. Pivot your toes towards the front of your mat. Walk your back foot in halfway. Square the hips. Lift up through your chest. Bow over your left leg, pyramid pose. Let your head hang heavy. And a good distance for your feet is about hip width distance apart. If you want a little bit more, you can always bring your right foot out towards the side a bit more to help square your hips off. You're not so much having your feet directly behind one another. It's like you're walking on a tightrope. Hard to find balance there. Wherever you find comfortable, breathe into it. The last one. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing, exhale. Look in between your hands, lift your heels, bend your knees, hop forward to the top. Come all the way down onto your bum. Lie down onto your back. Set up your feet for bridge pose. Feet hip width distance apart. You can just touch your heels with the tips of your fingers. I'm going to show you this way. And you're going to root down into the four corners of both your feet. Lift your hips up. Open up through your chest. Option to stay here. Or you can roll your shoulder blades underneath you one at a time. Maybe take robot arms. Press your upper arm bones into the ground. Maybe interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulders onto your back. Right. Keep opening up through your chest. 2 more in. Exhale, root down to open more. One last one. Exhale, slowly, one vertebra at a time. Come all the way back down onto your back. Drop your knees to the left and the right like windshield wipers. When you're ready, set up again for another back bend. Bridge pose or wheel pose. If you have wheel in your practice, I invite you to take it on. Bring your hands by your ears, fingertips facing the direction of your toes. Press into your feet. Lift your hips. Press into your hands. Come onto the top of your head. Hug your elbows in and then press all the way up into your wheel. We're squeezing your shoulders onto your back. You're pressing really firmly down into both your feet as you send your hips up. Let your head hang back. Imagine you're squeezing a block in between your thighs. If you're in your bridge pose, still keep your hips off of the ground. 2 more breaths in. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Slowly tuck your chin to the chest. Bend your elbows, back of the head comes down first. Lower all the way down. Drop your knees to the left and to the right. Let's take one more back bend. So take your bridge or your wheel pose. I'm just gonna check time. Ready, set up right away. 3 breaths in and out. And breathe in and breathe out. Last breath. Exhale, slowly come all the way back down onto your back. Get your feet to be about as wide as your mat. And then knock your knees in towards one another. Press your feet down into the ground, away from you, to flatten your sacrum down onto the ground. Bring your hands wherever you like. Bring it by your side, above your head, whatever you need. Close your eyes. Take a moment to slow down. Melting your shoulders down into the ground. Let your hips be heavy. And I'm going to get you to wiggle your feet to touch with your feet flat on the ground. Lift your right leg all the way up to the sky. And exhale, cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Lift your left foot off of the ground. Thread the needle, right? Thread your hands through that keyhole that you created with your right leg. Interlace your fingers maybe onto your left shin, underneath your left knee. I'm going to show you this way. And using the strength of your arms to pull your knee in towards you as you allow your right knee to flare out to the side, towards the front. Last breath here. Exhale. I want you to fully cross your right leg over your left, like you're in like a cross-legged seat. And you're going to grab the outside edge of your right foot with your left hand, and you're going to grab the outside edge of your left foot with your right hand. And you'll see if you can bring your feet in line with your knees. Keep your tailbone grounded, and you're going to pull your feet in towards you. So you're getting into the outside of your hip. And maybe rocking side by side feels good for you. If there's any other hip opening that you want to take on, you can always do that. If you want to take a pigeon pose, you can do that, or lizard. And let this be your practice. And notice if there's anything that you are running away from. Maybe you are running away from this because it is different, something that you're not used to, that you're uncomfortable with. Use your breath to find ease in that discomfort. Release. Other side. Cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Thread the needle on this side. Interlace your fingers onto your right shin. Pull your right knee in towards you as you let your left knee open up towards the front. You can even hook your left elbow into the inside of your left knee to help give it that little assist. Sending your breath into your left hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And then when you're ready, release the grip of your right shin. Cross your left leg on top of your right thigh. Catch the outside of your right foot with your left hand. Catch the outside of your left foot with your right hand. Have your ankles almost in line with your hips, and then actively pull your feet in towards you here. Option to rock yourself side by side if that feels okay. Keep thinking about keeping the tailbone grounded and the head grounded, so you have a nice one long spine. If you want to stay here a bit longer, you can. But we're going to move on. And release the grip of your feet. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Just give them a gentle squeeze. And take an inversion of your choice here. So you can take your shoulder stand, where you get a little bit of momentum, press into your upper arm bones, catch your back with your hands, have your feet straight up towards the sky. Spread your toes out wide like you have the foam nail things in between them. Nice strong legs, strong cores. Another option, if you want, you can always have your hips onto the ground with your legs just straight on top. You can even have your arms up towards the sky. I forget what this pose is called with your arms up, but it feels nice. If you're working on your handstand or a headstand, you could use a wall. Try that out right now too. Let the blood flow back down. This is really good for your nervous system, your lymphatic system. Good to do before bed if you have trouble falling asleep. You can do this with your knees on your legs onto a bed, folded over or onto a chair or a couch. If you're in your shoulder stand, take plow pose. Plow pose looks like this, where you have your feet over your head, hinging from your hips. You can have your arms out behind you, maybe interlace the fingers. My voice sounds nasally here. And wherever you are, really nice and slowly with strength and grace, come all the way back down, one vertebra at a time. Hug your knees in towards your chest, give them a gentle squeeze. Drop your knees to the left. Open your arms up by your side like a T. Take a twist, look to the right. Come back through center. Drop your knees to the right. Gaze to the left. Come all the way back through center. Lift your head and shoulders off the ground. Give yourself a big squeeze. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, set up for your final Shavasana. Straighten your legs, your arms out. Take up as much space as you need. Close your eyes. Trust you're exactly where you're supposed to be, right here, right now. That you've done enough, that you are enough to rest, to be still. There's nothing else for you to do, nowhere else for you to go. Like we're all quarantined. So really let yourself surrender here to the floor. Soften the muscles between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. Let your shoulders be heavy. Hi, Ace. You're welcome to stay here in your Savasana a little bit longer. If not, begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers, bring some movement back into your body. And then inhale, reach your arms over your head to the back of the room, point your toes to the front. Exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Roll onto one side, rest your ear on your bicep as a pillow. Take a moment here to acknowledge your body for showing up. Right? Noticing the vitality of your heart, of the beat of your heart in your chest, your breath. Allowing you to move, to be here today. And how lucky we are to be able to do this practice. And I invite you to maybe set an intention for how you wish to move forward throughout the rest of the day. Making sure that is coming from your highest, most truest self, from a place of love and not fear. And whenever you notice that you are coming from a place of fear and reactivity, can you come back to your breath? The breath we had in this practice, bringing it off the mat and into your life. Take a pause to breathe and then respond. Whenever you're ready, come all the way up to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat, sitting cross-legged or on your knees, hands at Anjali Mudra. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, side out. We'll seal today's practice with one Om together. Inhale through your nose. Thumbs to your forehead center. The light in me acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. Together we bow our heads and say Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you're interested in taking some more classes or if you have any questions, feel free to message me at Duff Yoga, which is my Instagram handle. It's DUFF Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are all well and healthy. Thank you. And I hope your loved ones are well as too. Okay. Amazing. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love to you all. Mwah. I'm gonna end Instagram.